Welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're tackling the world of coaching.
Coaching!
But hold on, we're not getting into like techniques and stuff.
Right.
This is about the business side.
The business of coaching.
How to actually build a practice that,
That works, that thrives.
that thrives, exactly.
Yeah.
And our roadmap for this deep dive is The Prosperous Coach
Great book, yeah.
by Steve Chandler
Yeah, Steve Chandler, he's an established coach himself.
and Rich Litvin.
And Rich Litvin, who is mentored by Chandler, they run the Coaching Prosperity School.
So these guys, they know what they're talking about.
They do. They do.
And what I really like about this book is it challenges a lot of the typical advice.
Oh, yeah, it cuts through a lot of the noise.
It cuts through the noise and goes straight to like, how do you get clients?
How do you actually build a sustainable business as a coach?
Yeah. How do you set fees?
Yeah, all the nitty-gritty stuff.
So this isn't just for people who already call themselves coach, right?
No, not at all. This is for anyone who's thinking about building a coaching practice, whether it's their full-time thing or even a side hustle.
It could be incorporated into a current job.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting?
Like that.
The book starts by acknowledging something that a lot of coaches are afraid to admit,
Oh, what's that?
that they're struggling financially.
Really?
Many coaches are making less than minimum wage.
Wow, that's rough.
It's a tough reality for a lot of people.
I guess if you don't have clients, you're not really a coach, right?
That's the thing. Chandler and Litvin are very upfront about that.
A coach without a client is not a coach.
Exactly. But then they contrast that with stories of coaches from their school, coaches who are earning a lot more.
Like a lot more.
Yeah, like some having $50,000 weeks.
Okay, now that's more like it.
That's what we like to hear.
So their approach must be pretty different.
It is. They really delve into what separates the struggling coaches from the thriving ones.
I'm all ears. Tell me more.
They introduce these 3 levels of coaching.
3 levels.
Yeah, you got pro, part-time, and then personal growth.
Okay, I'm following you.
And what's really cool is they don't just tell you what these levels are, they actually help you figure out which level fits you.
So it's about self-awareness and identifying what you truly want.
Exactly. Like maybe you want to go all in as a pro coach.
Make it your main gig.
Right. Or maybe you're thinking, hey, I want to use coaching within my existing career.
Yeah, almost like that private level they talk about.
That's right. Private is where you're leveraging these coaching skills for career success.
Makes me think of that story in the book, the woman who was on track to become a pro coach,
Yeah, I remember that one.
but ended up getting this huge promotion at her job.
Just by applying the book's principles, it's amazing.
So even if you're not aiming to be a full-time coach, the book's ideas could still be super valuable.
Absolutely. They can really benefit you in all sorts of ways.
I bet. So how do they say you actually get clients? Is it all about traditional marketing?
That's where it gets interesting.
Oh.
The book actually debunks the myth that you need to bombard people with ads.
Interesting.
Chandler and Litvin argue that you don't attract clients, you create them.
You create them.
Yeah, they focus on the importance of direct personal connections.
So less about like slick marketing campaigns.
More about building real relationships.
I could dig that.
Yeah, and having powerful conversations that actually move people forward.
Okay, I'm starting to see the difference.
It's about understanding who your ideal client is.
Right, having that niche.
And finding ways to connect with them authentically.
Okay, so how do you do that? Like, what are some examples?
Well, they tell this great story about Litvin's great-grandparents.
Oh, I think I remember this one. They had a clothing store, right?
Exactly, a really successful one. And they built it simply by getting to know their customers.
Just by building genuine relationships.
Yeah, think about how you can apply that today in the digital age.
It's a different world now.
It is, but the principles still apply.
That's a good point.
Maybe it's through targeted networking events or online communities.
Building that sense of community.
Exactly. And once you've built that connection, the book introduces this really cool set of practices. They call them fearless disciplines.
Fearless disciplines.
Yeah, and these are practical steps to level up your client acquisition process.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. What are some examples?
So one of them is ditching the phony stuff.
Phony stuff, like what?
Like, lunches or coffee dates disguised as coaching sessions.
Oh, yeah.
The book argues that those actually devalue your time and expertise.
It's like giving away your best material for free, almost.
Exactly. Instead, they suggest offering a free but impactful coaching session right off the bat.
Ooh, I like that.
Let them really see what you can do.
Yeah, give them a taste.
Exactly. Set the tone for a more professional, results-driven relationship.
That makes a lot of sense.
Another discipline is learning to love the tough parts of the business.
Okay, that sounds hard.
I know, right? But think about it. It's about finding joy in all aspects of your practice, even the less glamorous ones.
Like the administrative tasks.
Yeah, managing finances, all that stuff.
I can see how that would be a mindset shift for a lot of coaches.
It is. But the book reminds us that embracing those challenges is actually key to long-term success.
I never thought about it that way.
And another one that stood out to me was slow down.
Slow down in this day and age.
I know, it sounds crazy, but in our fast-paced world, it's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget to pause.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that.
But the book stresses the importance of creating space for reflection, for deep listening, and for those aha moments to emerge.
I see. So it's not just about going slow in the coaching sessions themselves.
It's about slowing down your whole approach to building your business.
Makes sense.
Chandler uses this great analogy of a lamppost.
A lamppost.
Yeah, he says, just like a lamppost provides a sense of safety and clarity in the darkness, your presence as a coach can do the same for your clients.
I love that analogy.
Right. It really highlights the importance of being fully present.
Being attentive.
And creating that safe space for transformation to happen.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
It's all connected.
It's not just about business strategies, it's about personal growth.
For both the coach and the client.
Now, you mentioned fearless coaching earlier.
Yeah, that's a big part of the book.
Honestly, the name sounds a bit intimidating.
I know, right?
So what does it actually look like in practice?
Well, it's about pushing past your own discomfort to truly help your clients transform.
Interesting.
It's about asking those tough questions.
Not shying away from the hard stuff.
Exactly. Uncovering what they really want, challenging those limiting beliefs.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Litvin shares this amazing story in the book about a client who is chasing this seemingly impossible dream.
Oh, tell me more.
And through fearless coaching, she was able to connect with a billionaire entrepreneur.
Whoa.
And get his support for her project.
Okay, that's impressive.
It's about guiding clients to tap into their potential and achieve results they never thought possible.
So it's not just about hand-holding.
It's about pushing them, challenging them, helping them break through those self-imposed limitations.
Wow, okay, I'm getting it.
And it's also about being willing to be vulnerable ourselves as coaches.
Like showing our own imperfections.
Exactly, showing up authentically and creating a space where real transformation can happen.
Okay, so it's a two-way street.
It is. It's a journey we take together.
I'm starting to see how all of this ties together.
It's a holistic approach to building a successful practice.
It's not just about business strategies. It's about personal growth and transformation.
For both the coach and the client.
And the book spends a lot of time on this idea of the inner game of the prosperous coach, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's a key part of it.
So it's about the coach's own mindset and beliefs.
Exactly. And letting go of those limiting beliefs about money.
Self-worth, all that.
Exactly. It's amazing how much our beliefs shape our actions and our results.
So even if you have all the right strategies, if your mindset isn't right, you're not going to get there.
That's the truth.
It's like the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. You got to fill yourself up first.
Yeah, take care of yourself so you can take care of others.
And Litvin's own story is a perfect example of this.
Tell me more about that.
He went from charging $5 a session.
$5?
$5 to building a six-figure coaching practice.
Wow, that's quite a journey.
It is, and he embodies the principles he teaches.
So he walks the walk.
He does. And it shows that real transformation is possible.
That's inspiring.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the coaching landscape, the importance of creating clients, and the power of fearless coaching.
We've covered a lot of ground.
But what does all of this mean for someone who's listening? You know, someone who's serious about building a successful practice.
Well, the first thing is to shift your focus away from traditional marketing tactics.
Okay, so less about the ads and more about
building real relationships.
having authentic conversations.
Exactly. Connect with people, share your passion for coaching, and build those relationships.
And don't forget about those 18 fearless disciplines.
Yeah. Those are like your toolkit for success.
And maybe consider investing in your own coaching.
That's a great point.
It not only helps you grow professionally, but it also demonstrates your belief in the power of coaching.
Like you said before, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Got to fill yourself up first.
Exactly. And remember to cultivate that fearless coaching style.
The one that empowers your clients to achieve those extraordinary results.
Be bold, ask the tough questions, and help them break through their barriers.
And of course, don't neglect that inner game.
That's crucial.
Work on your mindset. Let go of those limiting beliefs.
And remember, you are the instrument of your coaching.
It's all connected.
It is. Building a prosperous coaching practice is a multifaceted approach.
Okay, so far so good. It sounds like we need to balance those practical actions with a focus on our own inner growth.
That's the key.
But I'm wondering, is there a deeper meaning behind all of this?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, why should someone care about building a prosperous coaching practice in the first place?
That's where things get really interesting.
Go on.
The book goes beyond just the business side.
It does.
It talks about the real power of coaching to transform lives.
Okay, I like that.
It argues that coaching isn't just about making money.
It's about something more.
It's about making a difference.
Making a difference, yeah.
It's about empowering others to achieve their dreams and live more fulfilling lives.
So it's not just about the money, it's about the impact.
Exactly. The financial rewards are just a natural outcome of that impact.
So aligning your passion with a sustainable business.
Finding that sweet spot where you can do what you love.
Make a difference.
And create a life of abundance for yourself.
Okay, now I'm seeing the bigger picture.
It's not just building a business, it's about creating a life of purpose and impact.
And that's something we can all get behind.
Absolutely. And remember, it's not just about the destination.
It's about the journey.
Exactly. It's about embracing the challenges, the setbacks, and the triumphs
that come with building something meaningful.
Exactly. So before we move on, what stands out to you as the most valuable takeaway from the book so far?
That's a great question. You know, it really struck me.
What's that?
The emphasis on authenticity and vulnerability.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
They say the most successful coaches are the ones who are willing to show up as their true selves.
Being real, being honest.
Being honest about their own struggles and triumphs.
And connecting with their clients on a deeply human level.
It makes so much sense. It's about building trust and rapport by being relatable.
Absolutely. It's not about pretending to be perfect.
It's about embracing the messiness of the journey.
Exactly. Recognizing that we're all human.
And that our imperfections are often what make us most relatable and effective as coaches.
Powerful stuff.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into the Prosperous Coach, I'm left with one big question.
What's that?
If you could condense the book's message into a single sentence, what would it be?
Ooh, that's tough.
I know.
I think it would be something like, embrace your power as a coach, create authentic connections, and fearlessly serve others to build a prosperous and impactful practice.
I love that. It captures the essence, right?
It really does. It reminds us that building a successful coaching practice is a journey of self-discovery and transformation, both for the coach and their clients.
It's an adventure, for sure.
Well said. We'll be back in just a moment to delve deeper into some specific strategies and techniques from the book that you can start implementing today.
Looking forward to it.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Earlier, we touched on those 18 fearless disciplines from the book.
Yeah, they're packed with practical advice.
So let's dive into a few that really resonated.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Well, remember that discipline about ditching the phony stuff?
Oh, yeah. No more lunches or coffee dates pretending to be coaching sessions.
It's so easy to fall into that trap, especially when you're starting out.
It is. You want to be helpful. You're trying to build relationships, right?
But those casual meetups, they can devalue your expertise.
It's like you're giving away your best stuff for free.
Exactly. You're not showcasing the true power of your coaching.
So what's the alternative?
The book suggests offering a complimentary coaching session.
For free?
Yeah, but not just any session. It has to be impactful. Give them a real taste of what you can do.
Let them experience the transformation firsthand.
Exactly, and that sets the stage for a much more professional, results-oriented relationship.
I like that. It shifts the dynamic right from the start.
Another discipline that might require a mindset shift is learning to love those hard parts of the business.
Yeah, those.
All the administrative tasks, managing finances, the stuff that's not so glamorous.
That's where I struggle. It's easy to get bogged down in the day-to-day grind.
I hear you, but the book emphasizes that embracing those challenges, finding satisfaction even in the less glamorous parts, is key to long-term success.
So it's not about forcing yourself to enjoy every single task.
No, it's about reframing your perspective.
Seeing how everything fits into the bigger picture.
Exactly. And speaking of perspective shifts, the book also talks about the importance of slowing down.
Oh, man. Slow down. That's a tough one.
I know, especially in today's world, everyone's rushing, hustling.
Always on the go.
But rushing can lead to burnout.
Yeah, you miss opportunities when you're not paying attention.
Exactly. And the book reminds us to create space for reflection, for deep listening, for those aha moments to emerge.
So it's not just about slowing down in coaching sessions themselves.
It's about slowing down your whole approach to building the business.
Being more mindful.
Yes, intentional with your time and energy.
And sometimes, maybe the best way to speed up is to slow down.
Exactly. Take a step back to reassess to make sure you're on the right track.
Okay, another discipline that stood out to me was having a coach yourself.
Oh, that's a big one. So many coaches neglect their own growth.
Like the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. If we're not investing in our own development, how can we effectively guide others?
And I think it sends a powerful message to potential clients.
It does. It shows you believe in the power of coaching.
You're walking the walk.
It's not just something you're selling, it's a way of life.
Let's talk about something that makes many coaches uncomfortable.
What's that?
Money. Setting fees.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
It's so easy to undervalue ourselves, to fear rejection.
But Chandler and Litvin, they flipped the script.
How so?
They argue that people will ultimately pay you what you decide your coaching is worth, not what they think it's worth.
That's a powerful reframe.
It is. It's about owning your value and confidently stating your fees.
Not being afraid to ask for what you deserve.
Exactly. They even have this practical tip.
Oh.
Pick a number, preferably a big one, and practice saying it out loud until it rolls off your tongue as easily as your phone number.
I like that. It's like desensitizing yourself to the fear.
The more comfortable you are with your pricing, the more likely your potential clients will be too.
Makes sense. Now, what about the difference between possibility and affordability?
That's an important distinction.
Tell me more.
The book warns against ending conversations with potential clients on the note of money or affordability.
So not focusing on the cost.
Exactly. The final context should always be about the possibilities.
The transformation, the dreams they can achieve.
Precisely. People are investing in their dreams. Those are priceless.
It's about helping them see the return on investment they can experience.
In all areas of their life.
Shifting the focus from limitations to possibilities.
And remember, no high-performing client was ever created outside of a real conversation.
Meaning?
Put down the marketing brochures, step away from the algorithms.
Get out there and talk to people.
Connect, share your passion, build those relationships.
And when you're having those conversations, remember to be fearless.
That's key. What does it mean to be a fearless coach?
Remind me.
It's about being willing to push past your own discomfort.
Challenging your clients to step into their greatness.
Asking tough questions, uncovering those limiting beliefs, holding them accountable.
Having those difficult conversations that lead to breakthroughs.
Yes, and the book shares some incredible examples of this in action.
Like what?
There's this story about a coach who helped a young millionaire realize her true passion wasn't about money.
It wasn't.
It was about inspiring other young women to lead healthier lives.
So it's about going beyond those surface level goals.
Helping them align with their true purpose, finding the goal behind the goal.
I like that. Guiding them toward a life of meaning.
Okay, so we've talked about creating clients through conversations, shifting the focus to possibilities, and embracing fearless coaching.
What else is there?
The coach's own inner game.
Ah, yes, that inner game of the prosperous coach.
It's crucial. Chandler and Linden dedicate a big part of the book to this.
Because
Building a thriving practice starts with our own mindset and beliefs.
it's about addressing those internal limitations.
That might be holding us back.
Examining our beliefs about money, self-worth, success.
Because those beliefs shape our actions and ultimately our results.
So even if you have all the strategies, if your mindset's not aligned,
You won't reach your full potential.
how can we cultivate a more empowering inner game then?
One suggestion is to stay focused on what helps people.
So focusing on service.
When your primary focus is on serving others, making a positive impact, abundance follows naturally.
Aligning your actions with your purpose.
Success becomes about more than just financial gain. It's about the ripple effect of positive change.
I like that. It's about making a difference.
And the book also emphasizes authenticity,
Being yourself.
embracing your unique qualities, letting go of the need to please everyone,
The more authentic you are, the more you attract the right clients.
and build a practice that feels truly fulfilling.
Anything else we can do to strengthen that inner game?
Shift from thinking incrementally to thinking exponentially,
Thinking bigger?
playing a bigger game, breaking free from limitations, stepping into unlimited potential.
Dream big. Set audacious goals.
Embrace the possibility of rapid, transformative growth.
Okay, thinking big, being authentic, focusing on service.
And then there's this great principle. Slow down to speed up your success.
Wait, slow down to speed up.
I know, it sounds counterintuitive.
It does.
But rushing often leads to missed opportunities and burnout.
We talked about that earlier, being intentional with your time.
Exactly. They have this great tip. Treat coaching like a blue-collar job.
A blue-collar job.
It's about approaching coaching with the same dedication, consistency.
Showing up every day, putting in the work.
It's about having a system for success, following through on your commitments.
So balancing big picture thinking with a down-to-earth work ethic.
Exactly. When you approach coaching with this mindset, you create a solid foundation for success.
We've covered a lot. Practical strategies, mindset shifts, the importance of the inner game.
It's all connected.
What stands out to you as the most important takeaway from the book?
I keep coming back to the emphasis on authenticity and vulnerability.
Me too. That's a big one.
The most successful coaches are the ones who are willing to be themselves,
Sharing their own struggles and triumphs.
connecting with their clients on a human level.
It's about building trust by being relatable, being genuine.
It's not about striving for perfection,
It's about embracing the journey.
messiness and all.
We're all human.
And it's often our imperfections that make us more relatable and effective as coaches.
That's a powerful message
It is. It speaks to the transformative power of coaching.
for both the coach and the client.
It's about embracing the journey of self-discovery and growth together.
Okay, before we move on, what's one thing you hope listeners will take away from this conversation?
I hope they feel empowered to create their own version of success in the coaching world.
Their own path.
The book offers a roadmap.
But ultimately,
It's up to each individual to chart their own course,
find what works for them
what aligns with their values.
and brings them joy.
Exactly. Trust your intuition, take action, celebrate those wins along the way.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone.
There's a whole community of coaches out there ready to support and inspire you.
So to wrap up this part of our deep dive,
What's the message?
if you're feeling called to make a difference and build a prosperous practice,
Take that leap
embrace the adventure.
and let the journey begin.
We'll be back in just a moment to explore some of the book's most inspiring stories and insights
Stories are powerful.
to help you embrace your power as a coach and create a truly prosperous and impactful practice.
Looking forward to it.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've talked about the principles from the Prosperous Coach,
A lot of great stuff in there.
but now I want to hear some real-world examples, like what stories really brought the book to life for you.
Oh, there are so many good ones.
I bet.
There's this one about a coach, super skilled,
Okay.
but he was really hesitant to talk about his accomplishments.
So he was like afraid to toot his own horn.
Exactly. Downplaying his achievements.
I think a lot of people struggle with that, especially when starting out.
Yeah, you don't want to seem arrogant.
Right, but you also got to own your expertise.
Exactly. And Chandler had this brilliant way of challenging that limiting belief.
Ooh, to tell me.
He asked the coach, if you looked at your bank balance right now, would you be able to trace the amount of money to the words you just said? I don't usually talk about my accomplishments.
Wow, that's a powerful question.
Isn't it?
It really makes you stop and think.
It forces you to confront that connection between your words and your results.
And highlights the importance of owning your value.
Sharing your expertise confidently with the world.
I love that it's like you have something valuable to offer.
Don't be afraid to let people know.
Another story that stuck with me was Rich Litvin's journey with pricing.
Oh, yeah. That's a classic.
He went from charging $5 a session
$5.
to building a six-figure practice.
Talk about a transformation.
I bet that took a lot of courage, a big shift in mindset.
It did, but he emphasizes that raising your rates isn't about greed.
It's about
Aligning your fees with the value you deliver.
knowing your worth.
And he has this great tip.
Lay it on me.
Practice saying your desired fee out loud until it feels as natural as saying your phone number.
Okay, I like that.
The more comfortable you are with your pricing, the more confident you'll be when talking to potential clients.
Makes sense. It's like rewiring your brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Overcoming that fear of asking for what you deserve.
Speaking of attracting clients, the book talks about astonishing your clients.
Ah, yes, going above and beyond.
What does that actually look like?
It's about exceeding expectations,
Giving them more than they thought possible.
delivering transformative results that leave them feeling inspired.
So it's not just about checking boxes or following a script.
It's about creating a truly memorable experience.
Infusing your coaching with creativity, passion, that genuine desire to help.
And the book also talks about the role of failure in all of this.
Failure, like messing up.
There's this great quote, failing is not a problem you will face. Failing is how you get there.
Ooh, I like that.
It's a reminder that setbacks are inevitable.
Part of the process.
Embrace them. View them as learning opportunities, stepping stones to success.
So shifting your perspective from fear of failure to a willingness to experiment.
To take risks and learn from your mistakes.
Failure is not the opposite of success.
It's part of the journey.
Now, here's a concept that might surprise some coaches.
What's that?
The idea that limitation creates value.
Ah, yes. That's a good one.
Seems counterintuitive. Wouldn't you want to work with as many people as possible?
You'd think so, right?
Yeah, but the book argues that being selective about who you work with actually increases your value.
It's about creating a clear niche.
Stating your boundaries.
Positioning yourself as an expert.
So you're not trying to be everything to everyone.
You're focusing on what you do best and who you can best serve.
And I bet that also helps prevent burnout.
It does. You're working with clients who energize you.
Not drain your energy.
And they have this great suggestion. Make sure you are the one auditioning the client.
Ooh, interesting. Flipping the script.
It's about reclaiming your power.
You're not begging for clients.
You're inviting them into a transformative experience.
I remember that story, the coach who, when asked for a get-acquainted chat,
Oh, yeah. What did he say?
he said, I don't want to get acquainted. I want to help people create wealth. If you need help, call me Tuesday at 10 a.m. EST and I will help you.
Bold move.
It sets clear expectations, establishes him as an authority.
Owning his expertise and his value.
Speaking of challenging traditional approaches, the book also talks about closing a sale.
Or rather, not closing a sale.
What do they say?
Opening a relationship.
I like that. It sounds much more collaborative.
It is. It's about building long-term connections.
Fostering trust.
Creating a foundation for ongoing support.
The coaching relationship doesn't end when the contract is signed.
It's a true partnership.
So how do we go about opening a relationship instead of closing a sale?
They tell this great story about Disraeli and Gladstone.
Hooray!
They were both vying to become Prime Minister of Britain. A woman who'd met both men described the difference between them.
How so?
She said, after dinner with Gladstone, I thought he was the most interesting person in the world. But after dinner with Disraeli, I thought I was the most interesting person in the world.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It illustrates the point perfectly.
Make the other person feel seen and heard.
Create a space where they can shine.
So approach conversations with potential clients from a place of genuine curiosity.
Be present. Ask questions. Listen deeply.
Make them feel important.
Shift the focus from yourself to the other person.
From trying to impress to trying to understand.
Exactly.
Okay, we've talked about setting fees, astonishing clients, embracing failure,
We've covered a lot.
limiting our availability, opening relationships instead of closing sales.
What stands out to you the most?
The biggest takeaway for me is the reminder that success in coaching isn't just about skills and techniques.
It's about so much more.
It's about showing up authentically,
Connecting deeply.
creating an experience that's both transformative and rewarding.
Combining your expertise with your humanity.
We're not just coaches,
We're human beings.
passionate about helping others live their best lives.
Absolutely. And the journey of building a prosperous practice is a journey of self-discovery and growth.
For both the coach and the client.
It's a beautiful thing.
As we wrap up our deep dive into the Prosperous Coach,
Any final words of wisdom?
what do you want listeners to remember as they embark on their own coaching adventures?
I want them to know they have the power to create a practice that's both fulfilling and financially rewarding.
It's possible.
The book offers a roadmap, but ultimately it's up to each individual to chart their own course.
Trust your intuition, take action, celebrate the wins.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Prosperous Coach.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights and are feeling inspired to create your own version of success in the coaching world.
As the book says, life really can be exponential. You are far closer to everything you want than you could ever imagine. Miracles are far closer than you think.
Until next time on the deep dive.